Good morning, everybody, wherever you are in this planet. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. I hope you had a good Christmas and maybe a good rest over the holidays. So, this is the last day of 2024. It's a year that we can wave bye-bye to. So that's what we're going to do with this video as well. As you've probably seen from the title, it's called New Year's Wishes and a bit of banter. So let's have a bit of fun today. I'm here together with three of the co-founders of TreeTherium, Matthias Gelber, Green Man, and known as the Green Man. He's at this moment in Philippines. And Kwai Nam Lo is in Kuala Lumpur, like myself, also co-founder of TreeTherium. So thanks, guys, for being here at such short notice because it's very impromptu, but yeah, great to see you here. So can I just throw in a ball here, and whoever wants to answer first is what was your most exciting moment of 2024?
KN, you start.
Okay. Okay. To me, it is the in the crypto realm, the acceptance in the US of Bitcoin becoming an ETF. So many institutional investors can invest in Bitcoin. So that was the highlight of the year for me because I've been looking forward to this event for a long while, and then it happened. Uh, Mainly it's because once that happens, we know that Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency is mature. There's no more doubt about it being a legitimate investment instrument.
Yeah.
So people now can just call up a bank or a broker and they will be able to invest in Bitcoin. So this brings tremendous leverage for the blockchain and cryptocurrency industry. So it gives me so much thrill when I hear that, oh, wow, this is at last happening. So that was the highlight for me in this year.
It was true encouragement, I think.
Mm,
Yes,
yeah.
it was for everybody listening that doesn't know what KN is talking about. In principle, in the 16th of January 2024, so very early stage of this year, the ETFs were approved to be brokered in principle on the New York Stock Exchange. So if you asked me 2 years ago, would that ever happen? I would have said maybe in the next 5 or 10 years. And suddenly 1 year later, bang, we suddenly Bitcoin is now sold. And in the meantime, as well, Ethereum is sold on the New York Stock Exchange, and very soon Solana, and most likely Ripple as well. So we don't want to make this a crypto talk, but yeah, that for the industry was
What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about? I have no clue. I have no clue.
Just take it this way, Matthias. It's just positive things that has happened, right?
For everybody's looking now or watching now, Matthias is a complete crypto illiterate. So we're going to bring him on an event this in January, where he's gonna have a little bit of. He owns tokens, by the way, but this coming year, Matthias, we're going to
Where,
educate
when,
you.
how?
All of that is coming, man. You're going to have three.
Give me some tokens, guys. Give me some tokens.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No worries, Matthias. You'll get the hang of it. You know, this can start anywhere, and
starting to feel prosperous now. Actually, Frank, I put on this other shirt here because you said should be light today, so I thought tropical beach shirt. I realized,
good,
man, it's popping up. I put on weight in 2024, so unfortunately,
so that's the highlight.
Unfortunately, I didn't put on the crypto fat that you guys have been accumulating, but I put on the real body mass. So I need to set some targets for cutting down on the carbohydrates and pumping up on the cryptos or tokens or whatever else is out there for me to be blessed with. So yeah, so highlight of my year was I guess seeing my kids grow and grow in terms of size, grow in terms of knowledge, grow in terms of commitment, love, whatever else. And yeah, my youngest daughter is 1 year old now, and she's really a handful, but in a positive way. very engaged, very articulate, very, you have the impression she knows what's going on, even though she's only just 1 year old. So yeah, it's exciting to see them, grow and pick up things and learn things. So yeah, that was
Nice.
the excitement of 2024.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, yeah, that's a great personal story, Matthias. That's I think fantastic. For me personally, I had three highlights. I think, in principle, I agree totally with KN. The once crypto became traded on the New York Stock Exchange was a massive moment in time, and a lot of things will change in the next 24 months, specifically with the Trump administration coming in, and they are very pro crypto. So finally, the crypto industry will find a lot of regulations, which is good. I mean, it's shaken out the rotten apples already, but there's still some rotten apples out there. So hopefully all these regulations will lead to a much more stable industry that we can understand in better ways. And yeah, and we're great to be part of that. I mean, we're ready for the next wave. Second point for me was that the company has decided to move into Europe and set up an HQ there. We'll explain a little bit more on that. But that was a great moment when we finally decided that, and that's in progress at this moment. But the best moment, to be honest with you, this year for me was, and it actually existed of two moments. One was that we took the decision that we're going to build on Solana. Now, two of us crypto heads were very early early adopters to Solana in itself. We liked the chain, we liked the technology, we liked what was happening there. We could see the excitement of the community in a far distance, but we had no idea on how to be part of that community until there was a small event, which luckily I was invited for by one of the exchanges here in Malaysia. And there I met a guy. I didn't know him, and he was the chief for Southeast Asia for Solana, and he just set up office. Henry Lee is his name, and he was the country lead for the Solana Foundation here in Malaysia, and they set up office here. They could have set up an office anywhere. They could have been in Cambodia, Vietnam, anywhere, and they were in KL. So he invited me to an event, which was a hackathon, and I met 450 students completely crazy about crypto, about blockchain, building on blockchain, and it was such an exciting event. And I said, I want to know more. How can I be part of this? And more or less he said, come to the next event, which is also in Kuala Lumpur. So we went there with quite a part of our team, and we walked into an event we totally didn't expect. We thought it would be a local event with some crypto enthusiasts and some blockchain developers, and it was an international Solana summit, one of the few in the world. This year there's only been 4 in the whole world, and it was smack here in KL, and we had no idea. There was 700 people flying in from Canada, South America, Australia. People flew in from the UK just for the weekend, and that for me was like, wow, we're absolutely, when we made that decision to build TreeTherium on Solana, that blew me away, and it was like, wow. So if you're listening and never see this, Henry, thank you, mate. I really appreciate all the efforts that you put in us. And also the Solana Foundation has been extremely supportive to us. So thank you very much. And then the whole community that has been behind us. All these young students that have all these questions, because every time KN and we walk into a room, we're the oldest guys there by far. We're older than their parents. So it's funny, yeah. But it's great. I mean, I love you, all of you guys, and you know who you are out there. So when we meet at the next event, we'll catch up again. So yeah, long story, but it was an extremely exciting year, and awesome. I can't say, I mean, I'll feel energized through all of this. So I also thank all of you. And then unfortunately, David is not here at this moment. David is our CTO. He's traveling at this moment. So David as well, thank you very much for all your efforts that you've put in so far. It's been tremendous. And I think we're going to go in 2025 on an incredible journey this coming year. Yeah. So Matthias, where would you like to be speaking next? And don't say the event next week. Just pick an event somewhere in the world.
Somewhere in the world. I want to be speaking at. I mean, I'm gonna be speaking at an exciting summit in Ho Chi Minh City, ESG
Ah,
summit in end of February. I'm actually gonna be chairing it, so that should be fun.
excellent.
That's a realistic thing, but I think I wouldn't mind getting some good paying keynote speaking gigs in the region on ESG. How to make money from ESG. I mean, ESG is the mega trend. We're part of the mega trend as well as Triterium. I mean, we are putting a nature-based solution at the front of mobilization through blockchain tracking resources to enable you as individuals and you as communities to get
Yeah.
empowered to grow the forests. So we are a nature-based solution without necessarily the need to quantify all the carbon aspects, but putting
Mm.
trees into the ground, sequestering CO2, photosynthesis. That's Mother Nature's most efficient way of, bringing CO2 emissions back to a reasonable level. And the more trees we plant, the more impact we have, and the more we maintain them and keep them growing, adding the biogenic carbon, locking it in. And that's exciting, and that's great. And ESG is my topic, my passion. It started off, we need to control the negative risks, the negative impacts. Now we want to deliver en masse positive impacts, social and environmental. Heal the
Yeah.
planet, help communities,
Mm.
empower communities, give communities opportunities, and heal the planet at the same time. So, as we would say in Malaysia, sikit sikit, lama lama, jadi bukit.
Bloody Bukit.
Yes, you know that now, right, Frank?
No, yeah, I
You
tell you a
learned that.
story.
Uh,
I tell you a story. The other day
yeah.
we were having a meeting here in Kuala Lumpur, and your picture is in our presentation. So one of the guys says, "Siki siki lama lama jadi bukit," and he met you 3 or 4 years ago. So you know that little line that you've been using
Wow.
for years really stuck. But yeah, for the people that don't know, understand Siki Siki, it means little little. Jadi Bukit means go up the mountain or create a mountain
become
or
a
up the
become a
mountain.
become a
Becomes a
hill. Yeah,
mountain little
Yeah,
by
yeah.
little.
becomes a
Yeah.
mountain.
Little by little, step by step.
Yeah.
Eat the elephant, like we say in IT. Cool. So Ho Chi Minh City in February, awesome. KN, you've been doing a lot of speaking engagement in the last year and
Yeah.
years. Where do you see
Hmm.
yourself in 2025 from that perspective?
I just spoke to some people who are in the STEM education area. Yeah. My business is in systems integration for education. So um, now that I'm involved in so many things, blockchain, I talked to some of my old contacts in my business. We do supply technology to education, but those are just used to enhance the way education is delivered, improve the pedagogy of the teaching learning process. But because of my passion now with blockchain technology, I've spoken with the group of people, and I may get involved in doing some workshops for kids because they all need to know what blockchain is and what Web3 is. And I believe very soon, like what you say, Frank, children today will have a crypto wallet address before they
Yeah,
even have a bank account. Or
yeah.
for that matter, they may not even need to have a bank account in the future. So I think that is driving some of my passion. Uh, in January, I'll be talking to this group and most likely um, come up with some programs so that this becomes something that children can attend in terms of learning. So it's part and parcel of STEM, right? Because blockchain technology is all about mathematics, science,
Yeah.
and all these things. So school don't teach that now, but in this extracurricular activity, uh, I hope to be involved in those education.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to you mention education. It's interesting to see here in Southeast Asia that currently universities are adding blockchain to the curricula in different fields. Because in principle, blockchain is a technology that's going to touch all areas of industries. So it's great to see that adoption slowly happening. Some in universities like Sunway, Monash, Taylor's, and APU, of course, are heavy at this moment on blockchain technology, and more coming. So yeah, great to see all of this happening in Southeast Asia. Cool. Yeah, for myself, I'm not sure where I will be speaking, but I'm sure that I will be speaking somewhere, and definitely going to visit some blockchain events in and around Europe, as I will be in Europe as from early next year. And yeah, exciting stuff, because some of the events in Europe are massive, are huge, thousands of people, and so I'm excited to go and see there and try to help the Solana Foundation and the super team in Europe to yeah, to assist them on some of the work that needs to be done there. Cool. Brings us to the, let's have a look at early stage in January, because if I look at our current program, we have 5 events in the next 12 days, guys. And I'm going to see all of you on the same stage, which is exciting. It's for, if you have been following us on social media a little bit, you've seen that we posted some posts on an event called The Next Wave. And The Next Wave is about investments. It's about opportunities. I understand there's close to 200 invited guests on the event. It's a 2-day event in Kuala Lumpur. I understand there are still some tickets, so get your hands on it. I will put a link below in the description. This video is going to go out on the 31st of December. And it's a 2-day event, and all 3 of us are going to be speaking there on different topics, so I'm very excited. Matthias, what are you going to be talking about?
ESG as the next mega wave. What are the monetization opportunities of how you can calibrate your existing products and services to become the ESG innovations that's the solution for your clients? All these big listed companies, they have to come up with ESG reports, ESG targets that are environmental, like lowering their carbon footprint across the supply chain, across their own operations. I mean, even the banks, CIMB in Malaysia has given cement industry, oil and gas, palm oil targets to achieve by 2030 to stay their friends, because the banks, their biggest environmental impact is their financed emissions. So they are looking at how can they get their big customers who take big loans for mega projects to massively reduce their emissions. So there's a lot going on. ESG is here to stay, to grow despite Trump, and there will be loads and loads of opportunities to make money from ESG. So that is what my talk will be about. Where are those opportunities, and how can you take part of it? And in some cases, it's just a small adjustment of what you're doing already, but you don't know where's the connection, and that's what you will learn through my talk.
Excellent. Sounds good. I mean, I'm excited to see all of you on stage. Personally, I will be talking. I will be talking a little bit about TreeTherium. We're going to have a small booth there. One of our staff is going to be there the whole day to explain to people what we do. So I'm not going to do that on stage, but on stage I will be talking about tokenizing your assets. And in principle, that's what we do. And in principle, all the entrepreneurs in the room will be tokenizing some of their assets in the near future. So hopefully I can relay a message there that it's time to get educated now. And that brings me to KN, because KN is the educator among us as well. Yeah. So KN, what's your talk on the next wave going to be about?
Okay, so I'm talking about adoption, right? With the Bitcoin going all-time high just weeks ago, in December, suddenly a lot of my students and followers start asking me, "Hey, Ken, is it the right time or is it too late?" And I basically just say, it's never too late, it's never too early. Look at it seriously. I'm not just talking at the point of investment, but at the point of adoption, right? How you use it, because this is not just about Bitcoin, it's about blockchain technology. But the first thing you do is understand what Bitcoin is, and then you begin to understand what's blockchain. Like our TreeTherium project runs on a blockchain, right? It is an NFT, it is a token, right? Which is a little bit different from Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is like digital, an asset you hold, and it keeps its value. But on the other hand, there are so many other things related to blockchain. I'm going to touch on how the internet started and how email was adopted in parallel with now how blockchain started and how cryptocurrency and NFTs and tokenization gets adopted. So it's very exciting. So do come. I'm going to give everybody some Bitcoin during
Okay,
that event.
I'm
Yeah.
in.
So yeah, come. So I'm driving adoption for people who spend cryptocurrency. At the same time, people who are merchants who accept cryptocurrency. So showing them methods in which how this can be done. All right. So it's going to be a live demo, and everybody is going to get some Bitcoin, and it's going to be
So
exciting.
I'm gonna
Exciting.
get double the bitcoins from you, right? You promised me some already, and an
Yes,
extra bonus at
Matthias,
the
I have been
event.
trying to give you some Bitcoin, and
I'm
you are too busy.
yeah. Oh yeah. I
I,
haven't I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
yet set up your what Satorini or something like that thingy.
Uh, wallet of Satoshi.
good,
Yeah,
good,
that
good.
that's
I can
Wallet
the
of
hear.
Satoshi,
yeah,
Satoshi.
I,
Yeah,
yeah,
I can.
Frank is
yeah,
going to Santorini, and I gonna get some Satoshi.
yeah,
I can hear
yeah,
adoption
yeah.
happening here right now. Yeah. So
Yes.
very cool.
Right
By
now,
the way,
yes.
if you're still deciding if you're going to come to this event, yes or no, let me give you another reason why you should come. Because all of it, what we do in TreeTherium is about planting trees, and we're going to give you 200 trees tokens when you are attending the event. Whether you come for 1 hour, 1 day, or you come both days, we're going to give you 200 trees tokens. So pay attention for that,
Wow.
guys. We said.
I, I I
Yeah, we're
didn't
going to give a
realize
lot of
that.
trees.
So
Yeah, yeah,
wow.
that's
I
something that takes.
yeah, well, I'll have a bonus for my friends who are gonna join.
Well, if in principle, let's put it this way, guys. If 200 people are coming on that event and we give
Mm.
200 tokens for free, that's 200 trees per person. That's 40,000 trees. That's good stuff. And we got the place to if you have land out there, we're still looking for you because we need to plant more trees. So, okay. So, like I said, 5 events in the next 12 days. Let me quickly run through them. But if you really want to know, it's all down here. This is this big event, 3 and 4 January in Kuala Lumpur Tower. It's called the Next Wave. Then we have a TreeTherium breakfast on the 5th in Ululangat. Then we have a site visit in Tanjung Malim, which is going to be an exciting event. It's just a morning, early morning start, and by lunchtime we're done. We might have a secondary event small after that, but all of this is in last minute. But looking forward to actually go there and see this nursery that has very huge opportunities. And then the 11th, we have a tree planting event here in Kuala Lumpur area, also in Ululangat. So all of this will be seen in our social medias. Connect with us. In the bottom here is a link. You get to our link tree, and on that tree you'll find everything, all our social channels, all connections. You want to connect with Matthias or with KN, we're also there, so you can just directly link for us. KN, some wise
Mm,
words for
mm.
2025, or what do you want to do in 2025, or what's exciting? Because I know you have a few things lined up, but yep.
Okay. It's like everybody that I encounter, I'm an advocate for this. I say, got to jump into the Web3 wagon as soon as you can. And quite a number of people ask me, what's Web3? So I just say it is a blockchain-enabled internet. Yeah. So we've gone through Web 1 and 2 and 24 this year, coming to an end, but the Web3 innovation has exploded. We all heard about AI and all this, so they are all interlinked. AI uses the blockchain because it's the most efficient database out there. And the more you understand blockchain, the more you grasp it, you wrap your head around it, the better and the further ahead you can go. So my word of advice is not about investment, but get into Bitcoin, get into some crypto for you to understand how the blockchain works. And the rest you'll be able to get a hang of it much faster. So that's my advice. Yeah. Go ahead,
It's like it's your
get your hands
parents.
into it, get your feet wet, and start learning.
It's like your parents in your younger years, right? All of us got some pocket money, whether it's a $1 or half a dollar or 20 cents. But that was our very first entry into the use of money, and we could buy stuff with that.
Mm,
So I think what you're doing here as well, get yourself on some pocket money first, and then
Yep.
learn the technology that comes with it. Because to me,
Yeah.
blockchain in itself, not just crypto, but blockchain in itself is going to be the technology that drives this planet for the next 50 years. Matthias,
Yeah.
Or shall I go first and then we say goodbye? And then let me go first and then Matthias and then we say goodbye. For myself for 2025, there's few moments in 2025 that are going to be extremely exciting. Number one is we're going to launch our DAO token, Decentralized Autonomous Organization token. It's called Seeds. That's going to happen somewhere in February. And then we're going to, in June, we will be launching our Trees token. That's the actual physical utility token for TreeTherium. So all of that is good. Wise words from me always come from a gentleman called Jim Rohn. Work harder on yourself than you do on the job. If you do that, you're going to have a very, very successful 2025. Work harder on yourself than you do on the job. Matthias, 2025.
2025, yeah, I think the ESG revolution will continue. What would the planet be without trees, without clean air and water, without birds flying through the sky, and without love and connectivity between the humans? So we need to deliver positive social and environmental impacts. And, you know, if we can monetize that, then the world is a better place. Because if you are healing communities and the planet, and you can make money from that, then we've really created a better place. And that's what we need to keep working on. And that's why this is all, whatever political angle you're coming from, this is all good news if you can make money from healing the planet and healing communities. So more power to that.
Thank you. Yes, the S in ESG is extremely important. It's a social aspect. To me, actually, it's quite funny. You know, sometimes when people talk about ESG, the first thing they think is about the environment. But of course, the environment is important. But the S and the G are actually as important, I believe. So yeah, there's actually one group of people I have to thank for this past year, and that's actually the people that have been working for us, right? That's the people behind the scenes, the people you guys have never met yet, or maybe when you come to us to some of the events. But that's our actual team, our tech team, our marketing team, our community team. So I thank all of you for being there. Ayn, Vimilia, Amin, Daniel, some of the others, I've at the moment, in the problem of the moment, I forget. It's David, of course. You know, thank you guys for all the energy and everything that you brought and the great ideas. And I'm stunned by some of the work that you guys have delivered in sometimes a short period of time that we've given you. So thank you again. Let's push on into 2025. And
thank you to Kenya for Ike as well.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's where we're going to have some big news on the 2nd of January in regards to Kenya and Central Africa. Yes, I agree with you, Matthias. Thank you to Ike as well. Big shout out there. Yeah, thanks. Guys, that's it. We're wrapping up 2024. Thank you, everybody, for being here. See you in the next year. Have a fantastic night tonight, wherever you are in this world, and stay safe and plant more trees.
Happy
so
New
much,
Year
guys.
to everyone. Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Successful New Year.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.